fresh take on crypto, well, look no further than this channel right here, where you can join us as we delve into the exciting world of crypto and discover the possibilities of what could be the future of finance. And make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button so that y'all can keep up with the crypto information and education. And turn it over to Eric. We got a little bit of interesting. We're going to change it up a little bit today.
Yeah, man.
Versus, what we normally been doing. We've been kind of trying to go from the basics, getting into crypto and, getting on the exchanges, learning the market cycles.
We cover a lot of education.
Passive income and stuff like that. We've been covering a lot of education portions about it. So now we're going to dive into, some of the, I guess you could say, some of the stuff that we look at in crypto projects and what we invest in and stuff like that.
Right. What we're interested in and what we're putting our money at, not just talking about it and
right, like just getting everybody to like kind of see
being
where
kind
we're
of transparent about it,
right.
Trying to be honest, give our honest take and opinion on certain coins that we're interested in, projects, investments, you could call it. So like this episode, we're pretty much gonna switch it up a little bit and talk about like our top 10 coins, like your top 5 and my top 5, and kind of like why we have these, we picked these coins and stuff.
And if y'all like this kind of content, make sure that y'all get in the chat, leave some comments down below if y'all like to learn what we are actually getting into and what we're diving into and stuff like that. It really help us. Because if y'all are interested in what we're interested in, then, it'll help us be able to produce that type of content versus other type of content. You know what I mean? So
definitely. And if they have like, y'all have like a coin that you're interested in or something, and want to know what like our take is on it, we can, give you that kind of information if we know about it. We know a lot of coins, but we don't know all of them, of course.
Oh,
man, that's a lot out there.
A lot of them.
What is it, 20-something, 22,000 or something like that? I think it was like 16,000 when I first got in this space. But yeah.
I came a long way.
Oh man, yeah, and it's gonna keep going and going and going. But of course, they're not always gonna be that many at one time. Things have changed. But anyways, but yeah. So you want to start off with like your number 5 and coin, or?
Okay, so if we were talking about, all right, so just to get on the same page.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about our top 5 projects. Now, do you want to tell them top 5 projects that we feel like has the potential to be the most, like the biggest gainers, or just top 5 projects like in general?
I mean, there's so many different ways you can go with this. Is it long-term goals? Is it a shorter-term goal? Is it bigger gains, or is it short-term gains, or I mean, it's
so there's so many different ways that you could kind of take this kind of example and turn it into a whole massive thing.
Right. You safer project, or that's
more safer or more high risk, volatile project, stuff like that. So when in general, the top 5 that I chose for today's show is going to be covering coins that a little bit of diversification. So some of them are going to be, one of them is going to be high risk.
Right.
And so on. So the first one, I'm going to just say my number 5 coin on my top 5 is going to be Shiba Inu.
Okay. Well, yeah. That's a good
one. Because the reason being is because it's a meme coin.
Yeah.
But it is trying to get into the
it's trying to branch out.
It's trying to do different things, like with the deflationary and bring utility to the project. So I feel like it could be a long-term project,
Oh yeah.
So that would be my number 5.
They've been working on their burn rate too. I noticed, like trying to increase the burn rate.
I think they got a game too. Like you play the game, and
it's
like
they got like a music app that you can like every time you listen to this song, it burns and stuff. Like that. I tried to find it, I couldn't find it. I don't know if it's.
And it's actually good for the project too. So anybody who likes Shiba Inu, and it would be a real good thing if you help the project burn tokens, right? Because then that means you got less supply, more demand,
Yeah.
It's real cheap. So again, it's one of them projects where you can make a lot of money. I wouldn't say you lose a lot because you only lose if you sell, right?
Yeah,
But
and
you
it's so
know,
cheap.
yeah,
Like you get so many of it for, just a few bucks,
yeah, right.
And
So
if it did something, then of course you're gonna make
I
a killing
mean,
off of it. But
yeah, right. Like I know, I would say both of us missed ample opportunities to, I would say, get in the Sheba just because it was a meme coin, and we was like,
yeah,
meme
stayed away
coins,
from those a lot.
stay away from them, But at the same time, like I know people, like you could do the research if you would have got in at a certain time.
Mm-hmm.
I think in 2020 you could have got in for
Oh
like
man.
$100, and then in 2021 all time high. Could have had like $1 million or
Or more.
$100,000 or
It was
whatever
way
it
up there,
was.
dude.
It was way up there. It was
There
like
was some.
insane gains.
There was one guy. He put like $14,000 or something in it, and it was like almost $1 billion or something because he got it right at the very beginning.
And I know people that we work with,
Yeah.
that had invested money in Sheba and didn't know when to cash out. Like
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
I guess they felt like it was going to go all the way to $1 or something. Like they were just going to go up forever.
And that's the hardest thing cashing out
Yeah.
whenever it's pumping. I know I've been there. It's difficult. Um, it's you just think it's gonna keep going up forever and ever.
Right.
But yeah, I've got Shiba.
Yeah.
I've got some. I'm not into meme coins, a whole lot, but at the same time, if it tells you anything, diversified, and I've got some of it.
Just
So
a little bit, just in
yeah,
case something
just in
happens,
case. Yeah, right.
Don't.
I think I've got maybe only two meme coins, in my portfolio. That's it, and that's one of them. So,
Yeah, I ain't got many.
I feel pretty strong about it. So,
Right.
um,
So, what would be your number 5 coin?
well, this is a newer coin that I discovered. Well, to me, a newer coin, just in the last few months, and that's I find really interesting. That would be Jasmine coin.
Yeah, okay. So you got a meme coin at the bottom of your list too, huh? Okay.
But Jasmine, what I like about it is that it got clarity in Japan.
Right.
And it's, they're pretty strict too when it comes to crypto. Not quite as strict as the U.S., but they're pretty strict.
Well,
And it's
U.S. is strict on because they don't have the fuck going on.
or acting like it anyway.
Yeah, right.
Playing dumb. Oh. But yes. So they have got that clarity. I think it's the only coin that has clarity over there, I believe. And it's real cheap coin too, and everything. And at one point, I think the high was like $5 or something, and now it's like 0.006 or 5 or whatever.
Like
right
you
there.
get a bunch.
Yeah. So if it would even hit, even $1 in the next bull run would be nice from where it is. That's huge.
Yeah. You go 50 cents. Yeah.
And the thing about Jasmine was like, when it launched and stuff, it was like at the top of the bull market pretty much last time.
Yeah.
And
it held pretty good.
right. And then it kind of, my understanding, and it's kind of confusing because you hear different things and stuff, but it kind of got attacked by Japan, like kind of like XRP over here in the US, got sued. And that's what made the price just like plummet down real low, right?
Yeah.
And then it got like a lot of clarity and stuff, which I'm not really sure why it didn't come back up real strong on that. But it's a pretty good coin, I think. I feel pretty good about it. I haven't got like a whole lot in it because you never know type of thing.
Right.
It's more of a riskier coin maybe, but it's got some good utility, and I feel pretty good about that. I think you got some too, don't you?
Yeah, I got some.
Yeah.
So with that being said, there's the first coin. Bottom of our list.
Right.
We got Sheba and Jasmine coin. Now, both are meme coin, both are high risk, high volatility. We're not telling y'all to go invest in it. Always do your own research and look into the project. Don't just take our word for it. But with that being said, before we jump into the next coin
Let me add something real quick. One thing I just thought of too was like, most people have heard of Bitcoin, right? It's real popular. Shiba Inu is right up there with that.
Oh, yeah.
Like brand.
I think she was in the top 20,
Right,
maybe even the top 10.
At least where we work, the people I know, everybody's pretty much heard of that coin. Like, right up there with. Very popular coin stuff. But yeah, so that says a lot too.
Basically, Dogecoin. You got Dogecoin and Shiba, two meme coins, like high up on market cap.
It seems like the working class people, like the people that are or they're more into that coin, like the Shiba Inu, the Doge coins and stuff. You
Yeah,
ever
more
notice that?
gambling, more
More
gamblers,
yeah,
you know,
yeah. It's
construction
like
workers. You know,
it really, because
yeah,
they're, well, I don't want to buy Bitcoin. I can't afford to buy a whole Bitcoin because they don't understand. You don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin or whatever.
right,
But
right.
it just seems kind of like, and it's real cheap. People are drawn to where the low cost of the coin is. All
Yeah.
those zeros
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, that's what they see is the potential to, if it hit a penny, if it hit
Yeah.
a dollar, but when it comes to that, though, that situation right there, again, is like everybody's looking at all them zeros,
Right.
and they don't really understand how the market cap works and how the circulating supply, total supply, and all that has to factor into the price and how much it would take
Yeah.
to get to that 1 penny or that 50 cent or that $1.
It take a lot of money.
And so that's the other thing. Like everybody's thinking, oh, I can get a million Shiba for
Yeah.
$1 or
Right.
whatever the case may be. And it's like, if it only hits $1 and I spent $1 and bought a million of them. If it hits $1, I'll be a million. Well,
Right.
yeah, it just don't work like that. Though,
And they're looking
it
at,
takes a
like-
whole lot to get that coin up
Yeah,
to
yeah,
$1.
a lot. And then they're also looking at how much money people made that got in early and stuff
Right.
too, and they're thinking, oh, well, I
yeah,
want to be,
yeah.
they dream about it and stuff too. And I mean, I'm not talking about the coin, but I mean, it could do it. Like again,
I tell you,
and-
there's a
and-
few people that I talked to at work. I ain't gonna say no names, but I know when they was telling me when they asked us all the time about crypto and everything, which
Yeah.
was part of the reason why we decided to do this channel, was because people that we work with always asking us crypto questions. And one day, working or whatever, got to talking with some guys, and it was like, I don't know if I feel good about crypto anymore. Kind of got burned on Shiba, and I was like, what you mean? Well, I invested like $1,000, and it went up to like 100 and something thousand, or 70,000 or something.
man,
Or they went all in, 10,000, and it turned into 100,000, 300,000, something like that. And
they never cashed out.
they
bro.
never cashed out.
Man, that's what I'm saying,
They
dude.
just thought it was just gonna keep on going and going.
It's hard
They
to
got
cash
greedy.
out.
They got greedy, and I'm like, well, that. And it was like one day they looked and it went up like $70,000, and then like that same day it went back down. It was like a pump,
Right.
and then a drop off, because everybody's selling, right? So you got to know when to
Yeah.
pull your profit.
It's funny
and
you
get
say
out.
that because I had a guy come up to me at work today, and that maple coin. I don't know if you're familiar with it. I don't know a whole lot about it,
I never
just a
heard
little
of
bit.
Maple corn. We got some Aunt Jiminy's maple syrup.
Yeah, man. Yeah, right. But he was in good profit. It'd been going up for like the last month or so. And he said, Eric, I wanted to ask you. He said, you think I should sell, or do you think I should hold, or what? And I was
How
like,
much
what are you
was he
talking
up?
about? He was up pretty good. I don't remember the exact number because it's in like pesos and different things.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And so it was kind of confusing to look
Yeah,
at it, and it was
right.
on the regular Coinbase, where it's kind of hard. I'm used to like the Pro Boy and stuff, but and he was like, I don't know what to do. And I said, well, stuff comes up, it's usually gonna come back down. And I said, you do what you want,
Depends
but
on. Yeah.
I said, but my advice would be to sell some of it now and hold on to some of it,
Yeah.
and that way it covers
That way you got a little bit of your profit. Yeah.
You get some of that profit out, and if the price goes down, you did good, and you can buy back in with that if you wanted to. But if the price pumps, then you can still sell more, right? Because
Right.
you only sold a portion of it, so you're kind of covered both ways. You really can't go wrong if you
Yeah.
think about it,
Right.
because you're making profit. There's nothing wrong with having taken a profit. There's nothing wrong with even
Yeah.
if it's $1, you're making profit, right?
Right.
And then if the price goes down, you took out some profit. You're
And-
good.
and that's when
if
it
it goes
comes-
up, you can sell more.
And that's when it comes to setting goals, right? Like, do you want to, depending on if you put $50 on Shiba or Maple coin or Jasmine coin
Yeah,
or whatever
yeah.
the case may be, if it turns into $100, is that your goal, a 2x, or is your goal a 50x?
Yes,
Because that's
you're
going
right.
to determine how long you stay in the project as well, right? So you set your goal for how much you invest, because you'll start seeing them numbers, and then once you start seeing that 70,000,
man.
if you don't cash out, obviously you're pretty nuts, but let's say that coin goes up 50x and you got 1,000 on it, so then it turns into 50,000. Well, that's a pretty good
Oh man,
game
yeah.
out there. You know what I'm saying? So you got to look at what kind of short term, long term. What are you trying to
You're
accomplish?
exactly right,
Because
man.
you got to
You got
ultimately you're
man.
trying to accomplish something,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you know ultimately you're investing money, so you're trying to get a return on that
Mhm.
investment as well. So you got to know when to get out
Yeah,
and
because if you don't, you're just like a loose cannon flopping around. You know,
yeah, because you're never gonna get anywhere. I mean,
and
because the market is gonna go this way, and you know,
and you know, it's like when you get to that point when a price like a coin's going up, and you become so emotionally involved with that coin. It's just like wow, it just kind of takes over you. You become euphoric. Like you feel like those endorphins are being released and
yeah,
stuff, and you're so excited, and you're so happy, and like you just feel like it's gonna be this way
yeah,
forever, and it's just gonna keep going up. And
right,
so it's just like a trap almost. But like you said, if you set those goals ahead of time, your exit strategy, and you know, realistic goals like okay, I'll take profit at 20% or 15 or whatever, you know,
yeah,
and then or I tell you another really good one is go ahead and take out your initial investment
yeah.
out of the coin,
That way,
and
everything
then
else after that
right if it
is free money.
keep your little moon bag, and then if it goes up, if or you
Yeah,
know you can catch up. If it goes down, it don't matter because you got your what you invested in
right.
out, and then you're still gonna have a bunch of coins left over at that point if the price is going up, right?
Yeah, because
So,
and it all depends on your strategy, your
mm-hmm.
goal, and all that. Because again, if you sit down and come up with a game plan with every coin that you're investing in. Now, you know, we have 30, 40 projects that we invest in or whatever the case may be. Let's say you start out with 5 projects, find 5, you know, set a goal. Go find 5 projects that you're interested in, whether it be Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Cardano, Polkadot,
Right.
Polygon, AVAC, whatever the case may be. Pick 5, do your research on it. And if you feel good about it, you need to set a term, whether it's going to be short term, long term. And then you
Mm-hmm.
need to figure out how much you're going to invest, whether it be daily, weekly, monthly, whatever the case may be. And then, because there's multiple ways, right? Like I said, old buddy at work came up to me and asked, you know, what is the, you know, strategy and what is your goals and stuff?
Yeah.
I was like, well, you know, everybody got different goals, right? So I was like, but
Everybody's
you
different.
want to ask me, if you're asking me what my goal is with crypto, then, you know, there's multiple ways to look at it. I got to look at it in every aspect of how much do I have in the coin. All right, then I'm looking at what the all-time high is. Then I'm looking at what the potential
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
return is, like 10x, 20x from the all-time high. Then I got to look at, do I feel strong enough that this project is going to go back to that all-time high,
Yeah.
whether it be, or let's say it does half of what the all-time high was, or let's say it goes over what that all-time high is.
And
That's kind of a good basis point
right.
to base off of what your strategy is.
And
Now,
and a lot of coins too, like they may never go to their all time high again. Depends on the coin, right? Like how
right.
strong the project is. So
Yeah,
you gotta be aware of
exactly.
that. Just because this coin went up, you know, to this, it's down real low now, and it was a real high number before. It doesn't mean it's gonna do it again. Now it could, and it all depends, like you know, if it's a real strong project.
Right.
But it might be a strong project that kind of falls away and then you know doesn't recover back or whatever. So you gotta be aware of that too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
But like you're saying, you got to have a goal entering and a goal exiting, right?
yeah, oh yeah, oh
And
yeah.
it's all personal to you, what you can do, and your risk tolerance, how much you can afford,
Yeah.
and all that stuff. Yeah.
And see, if people are smart, what you need to do is start setting money aside. You know, almost like at work, how they take it out your check every
Yeah.
week. You know, for 401k if you got that, or your pension, or your Social Security. You know, it's the same thing. Like you setting goals and you taking money out every week to set to the side. Even like I know people that, myself included, who puts money back every week for Christmas
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
kids' birthdays or
Vacation.
vacation or whatever the case may be. And that's
Same thing.
the same thing. Like if you want to get into crypto, you know, you should set a limit of what you can afford weekly, because you get paid weekly if you're working,
Right.
or bi-weekly, right? So set a certain amount that you can afford to lose every week.
Expendable money. Look at it. Expendable
And a
money.
lot of people think about it like losing money. well, don't nobody really want to lose money. Right. I agree with you. Don't nobody want to lose money.
Yeah.
But you're not losing unless you sell. This is, you're just putting money into another account, letting it sit there, and yes, it's gonna fluctuate. I mean, I got old buddy that comes to me every single day, pretty much. Man, crypto is just so crazy. I mean, it's just up down like a damn roller coaster. Yeah, you're gonna have that. Quit looking at it.
It's a new asset class.
Quit looking at it because I'm in it for the long term, right? So
Yeah.
some of these other ones that I'm gonna get into of my top five, long term goals, long term projects, long term assets to hold on to, and the potential that I see in the project long term, right? So
That's smart.
and
Yeah.
that's kind of where you got to be at because
Yeah, because you can have short term and long term and like
Right.
all that. I mean,
short term, scalping the market, trying to make a few bucks off of the volatility and the market
I
going
was gonna
up
say,
and
you
down.
tell him that's how you make money.
Yeah, if you want to make,
That's how you
make
make
money, you got to be able to make money when the market goes up and down, not just up. You know what I mean? That's where people get confused at.
There's pros and
They
cons
think
to
the market's
everything.
just gonna steadily go up and up and up and up and up and never go down. You're gonna have even on a rising trend, you're gonna have up a little bit of pullback. It's gonna cool off and then it's gonna go back
And
up.
what does it usually do? Where does it hit those spots at for people that are interested in TA? When nothing ever goes completely up and completely down like falls.
Yeah.
When it stops, what does it do?
It's gonna be hitting
resistance. Hitting those support resistance lines,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. And that's how you can. That's part of reading the charts and stuff. But
Yeah,
that's
and
a
which
whole
we
nother
can get
issue.
into that,
That's a
too.
whole other show right there.
I don't
That's
think we never did
basic
touch on being able to trade and like reading charts.
No, we haven't touched on
Just
any of
'cause-
that. Candlesticks,
Yeah,
different
right.
signals and stuff.
Yeah.
Trading signs. No,
I
we
mean,
haven't.
that's a complicated thing out there.
That
But
there-
we do know a good bit about it between the both of us, I would
Yeah.
say.
And we're learning more every day. There's a lot to
yeah.
it. We don't know everything, but we do know a lot. I mean, we have learned
Right,
a lot.
and not to mention, we're willing to help anybody that's interested in free advice, free education, right?
Definitely.
So let's
Move on to the next coin.
move on to number 4. So my number
Four.
4 coin is going to be Filecoin, and the reason I say that is because I just here recently, this year got into Filecoin,
You did your research and
and
found
it's
out.
actually a pretty interesting coin, so that's why I ended up investing in it, just because of the data. And
So what is Filecoin like? Is
It's
it
a
use
store-
proof of work or is it used with proof of stake? Or tell us
well,
about that a little bit.
It's actually fascinating. If you go to research on CoinMarketCap,
Yeah.
what Filecoin is, it's a very fascinating coin. I had it pulled up here, but
I can
bear with me for just 1 second. 'Cause I had it on here, but
It's a storm outside.
it's got 2 different proof of. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Two like they work together. Right here, proof of replication.
Yeah, proof of replication and proof of space time. I ain't never even
Space
heard.
time. What the heck is that? We're talking about traveling through time.
I don't
space
know.
and stuff,
But-
man, or-
But the biggest reason why I got into Filecoin is because, for example, we do YouTube videos and social media platforms. You got
Yeah,
Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and YouTube and all this good stuff like that. Well, Filecoin is a decentralized storage and data cryptocurrency. So, with that being said, all these different platforms utilize your data and your storage.
Oh man, it's gonna take a lot of storage for like everything's online, you know.
Right. I mean, if you really think about it, everything is stored online,
Yeah,
digitally.
Like
right?
even NFTs, everything.
Yeah,
is
right.
Is going to that
Okay, so
transitioning over the
There's got to
future.
be something that stores this
Oh
data.
yeah.
And it's decentralized,
Oh,
which
man.
means it's in your hands and in your
That's
control.
huge.
And you know what they say, like, you know how a lot of apps and stuff ask permission to share your data
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah.
that? Okay, so with Filecoin, you can actually make money because your data, your search history and stuff like that, and I mean, that to me is just like,
Is it isn't it mined through hard drives? Is this the one or is that a different coin?
no, that was Chia.
Okay, gee, I was thinking Filecoin was okay, so yeah.
No, I just, here recently,
Yeah.
a few months ago
And it's
or
been
whatever.
around a long time too, I think.
Yeah.
I've heard about it like for a long time.
Yeah, it's a fascinating coin if you're interested in the storage
Number 30.
and again, uh, you're looking at projects that have the potential to do valuable stuff in the real world, right? And a
Because
coin,
everything's switching over to
yeah,
digital, it's gonna have to store somewhere. Is what
exactly.
you're saying, right?
You're already in the
Yeah.
digital world.
We're not. And it's just gonna keep going more that way, which is like this is something that
This is something that's going to be massive when
right.
it comes
They're gonna need
later
it.
on
Good
because
utility.
good utility, good
Yeah,
value.
yeah. That's the kind of like diving deep into like finding the right stuff coin that like you did like that's good. Like
Yeah.
I mean you're looking ahead. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Now, even though it's my number 4 coin, it's still a great coin, but I don't know the future. I can't predict the future and
Right.
everything like that. But I feel pretty
I
good
wonder
about
if they have
5
much
coins.
competition. Like
That's what I was thinking because it's either this coin or one other. I can't remember, but I was researching it a while back, and it was like there was only one coin, and I can't. It may.
man,
I don't want to.
2014.
I don't want to spit misinformation around, but it was either this one or a different one that I had read that it was the only storage data coin,
Yeah.
or it might have been the only. It's got to
Or
be
the
this
first
one.
one, maybe, or
Or
even,
the first one or something like that. Because obviously, people, piggyback off other coins
Right,
and
right.
stuff like that. But
and it's been through a lot of bear markets. It's been around for a while. That's important.
Right.
It's bounced back, and it's number 30. It's in the top 50. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That's pretty big right there.
what's
And
the
most people
all-time
at
high on?
all-time high. Let's
That's
see.
sitting at about $5.40 right now with the all-time high.
Is it down here? It's always different. Oh yeah, there. The all-time low is $1.82.
$237.
Woo! Man.
And it's sitting at $5.40 right now.
Yeah, I mean that thing right there, dude. That thing, if it could go, no telling where.
No
Like,
telling.
if they start, like, think about the metaverse. When how much,
Yeah,
like,
how much data and storage.
data and all data storage, all that's gonna take to run. If think about like,
I mean,
if
you already use it.
everybody starts using it, like if they cell phones
Yeah.
and stuff, like
It
companies.
could be a massive project, and that's why I
could
say
be in the
like I know
thousands.
I got it low on my list. Again coming in at number 4, but it's just one of them things. Like,
I mean-
I just got into it.
Mhm.
I haven't really dived like too terribly deep into it.
But you're on the right path, I believe. I mean, you got really good strong case right there, for the future utility of it and everything. Because I mean, man, that's massive if you think about it.
It
Well,
is.
look at like they're putting
Because
all those,
everybody uses storage and data.
yeah, look at Facebook putting all those data centers everywhere and stuff, and that's what like
Yeah.
store all their stuff.
Yeah.
They're going, and they've been going for a while, like everywhere, all over the country and stuff. And it's the same thing, pretty much.
Yeah,
As this,
right.
But this is gonna be like Web3 type stuff, and you know what I mean?
And decentralized.
And decentralized, most definitely. So yeah, that's a good one. I mean, I personally don't have any. I thought about buying some before Filecoin, but I'm gonna look into that more. As you brought it to my attention.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty big.
I think so. I think it's got the potential to be something one day.
Oh yeah.
Especially with everything that we do being digitally. Everybody's on their phones and
Yeah.
on the laptop, computers, whatever the case may be. You got businesses that deal with data.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think about hospitals and shit.
Oh,
dealing
man,
with
medical records,
medical records
like,
and everything. That's gonna be going digital one day.
And they switch to if they switch to CBDCs, everything's gonna be going digital and that. And,
Right.
I mean, it's gotta be stored somewhere.
I'm telling you.
And, yeah, definitely.
So, coming off of that, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is the Sandbox,
Sandbox. Oh,
which
good.
kind of goes along with what you're saying a little bit. Kind of touches on it because I feel strongly about the metaverse stuff in the future, like in the next 5, especially 10 years possibly. That's going to be massive, huge.
Yeah.
They're working on it every day. The technology, I've got a few different the VR headsets and stuff, like the Quest 2, and then I've upgraded to a different
and
one.
all that.
Yeah, and then I got that other one that, but which is awesome. But and I feel like that one day once they get it accomplished with the technology and it gets cheaper, everybody gets involved with it, and it'd be like a AAA type thing to grab, and like
Right.
the new, uh, uh, not the Quest 2, they changed the name of the new one, but like it actually sees your facial expressions, what it measures it, like, and when you're in the metaverse, like if you smile, it reflects it, it has cameras, and it like it's just growing, and the stuff is getting smaller and lighter,
Yeah.
and eventually like they'll have like glasses and stuff. They're working on that,
Ooh-wee.
and which is going to be in the metaverse type stuff, and more people are going to get into it. I feel like that. And Sandbox is, leading the charge in that. They've been around the longest when
Yeah.
it comes to that, as far as the crypto space of it. And it's like a decentralized version of the metaverse. You have Facebook, which is like centralized version of it type
Right.
thing.
Right.
And so they've been around the longest, and they've proven themselves. And I feel like, man, it could be the next Bitcoin possibly if this takes off in the next like 10 years or something. And it jumped to like $8 and something, like almost
Yeah.
overnight whenever
Right.
Facebook announced they changed the name to Meta. Remember that? It went
Yeah.
from
Oh,
like
yeah.
couple like $3 to $5, just like that, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
yeah, all-time high of $8 or something. Yeah. Definitely a good coin. I definitely hold that too as
Yeah.
well. Feel pretty strong about it, which I feel pretty strong about the gaming space.
Yeah,
Crypto
yeah.
in general. Anything that has to do with gaming is a huge space.
I tell you, I'd like to. I haven't done it, but I'm interested in buying some land in like the Sandbox,
Yeah.
some property.
Right.
And I know we
mean,
did
could
that
you-
one time where you can see, huh?
So could you imagine being in a world where it's a virtual world, right?
Yeah,
So, like you got rental properties,
oh,
people
man.
flip houses, whatever the case may be. You buy a house and stuff like that. Could you imagine getting into a virtual world
Oh, man.
and you want to stay at this house, or you want to go to this casino, or you want to go to this bar,
It's crazy, isn't it?
or you want to go here, and you got to pay in the
Yeah.
game to go there, right? And you got rental fees for the
Uh-huh.
houses, or
Like having a whole other life and business set up in
inside the metaverse. And
Yeah.
But the pro to that though is the fact that you never got to leave your house if you don't want to. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
right.
Like, it's all on your AI
Mhm,
or
mhm.
whatever.
And some people probably will live in that sucker like all the time. Except maybe come
I'm
out to
telling
eat
you,
or something,
I'm telling you.
and
Like
whatever.
that shit
But
is crazy because like when you really
like a futuristic movie.
when you really think about it, because you get to interact with people from all around the world.
that part's cool. Yeah.
And so, say you ain't got the money to travel, which obviously you got the money for, the headset or
But it's
whatever.
still a lot
But,
cheaper.
yeah, right. But, instead of traveling the world
Yeah.
and stuff like that, anybody who's connected, if you want to jump from this place to this place, because I'm big, I like exploring
Oh,
and
yeah.
adventures and stuff like that. So,
And it's
imagine
safer
if you
too.
wanted to go to Japan or something, but you didn't want to sit on an airplane for 24 hours or whatever
Yeah.
to get to Japan. You could jump on your headset,
Yeah, right.
jump into the metaverse, and you go see your friends or whatever.
And you're there quicker. You don't have to sit on an airplane so
Yeah.
long.
And it's just crazy.
And it's
to think
safer.
about,
You don't have
really.
to worry about like, the plane going down or
Yeah.
whatever, you getting
Right.
shot or whatever. And yeah.
You may not have no physical.
But see, they're working on that stuff too. They're building like these jackets you put on, these gloves where you can feel stuff, and
Yeah.
like these boots and different things.
Right.
I mean, it's kind of not nearly the
Well,
same.
that's what they need though. Like
but 10
where,
years,
like if you get hit or something.
Yeah.
Or
Well, I
shot,
remember that
get
one
some
guy,
pain.
and I think I showed it to you like last year, where he made the quest or was on it or something. He like had it set up where you would kill you or something. Remember
Oh,
I showed
fuck.
you that where
Yeah, I think I remember you
if you
telling me.
lose, then you get elected, shoots electricity through you or something
Mm.
like that. I remember that. Well, like, it's been about a year ago or so, but I mean, I don't think it'd be like that in
Technology's
real,
getting
but
crazy, but
oh yeah. But then, like I said, it goes right along with your Filecoin because that's going to be a massive amount of data that has to be stored somewhere
yeah,
and moving and all that stuff. So, I mean, they kind of go hand in hand.
yeah,
really.
right.
Pretty fascinating stuff.
So going into number 3 on my list is gonna be Avalanche.
Ooh, yeah. Avalanche.
Avalanche being it's its own blockchain and everything like that. I just feel like it's gonna be, it was real high. I think what was it, $187 all time high,
Yeah, it was somewhere around there. Yeah, it was
and
up there.
now it's like under $20 or 20 bucks or
Yeah, it's having a
whatever.
hard time getting over 20.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
heck of a
So
buy.
it's a heck of a buy, but again, like I got I got a good feeling about Avalanche. It's
What do
been
you
doing a
like,
lot of
like,
things.
like compared to like Solana and different ones? What do you like about Avalanche? What draws you to it to put it in your
Well,
top?
so it has three different chains. So to me, like they're more versatile. Like it has its own chain for different types of stuff that they're doing in the project.
Yeah,
And then the other thing is like it's pretty cheap, right? And pretty fast.
like the gas fees are cheap. Or
Yeah,
like
gas fees are
yeah,
cheap. I mean, like we run a nodes and spending like what 0.001
yeah, hardly
002
anything.
AVAC. So I feel pretty strong about Avalanche.
Yeah,
Um, now I don't know about partnerships and sponsorships and stuff like that. But as far as the project itself goes, they're involved in a lot of different things. They're growing in the aspect of more projects utilizing
hmm
them to handle their decentralized applications or their DApps or whatever.
right.
Um,
That's
so
nice.
pretty good project.
You could buy NFTs on it. I actually bought one.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
and like cheaper gas fees and stuff.
right.
Yeah, Avalanche is awesome. Even the name sounds cool, Avalanche.
Yeah,
You know what I
right,
mean? It's
right,
like you're thinking, like it's gonna wipe everything out, like
right.
But yeah, man, we use it a lot. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
we
Like,
used it a lot.
golly, every week, a couple times a week, every day sometimes.
I ain't lying. If you
And
ain't got
compared to like Ethereum or something, I mean, you saving a ton of money,
someone.
ton of money. You know about that because you them high
Yeah, I
gas
was buying
fees,
NFTs and getting in a brand new crypto project with Ethereum.
especially
And
like
man, I'll tell you, like
oh god.
I think I spent like,
Man, I remember
which
you
you know
calling me and
too,
telling me about
but like, I
like
mean,
you were doing like switching this one over and that. And man,
it's just expensive, but yeah, AVAC comes along and it's
yeah,
cheap. Which there's many coins that has cheaper gas fees
yeah, right.
than Ethereum, but
I
I
think
think
it's got a lot
Ethereum's
of
working
potential.
on it too, though.
Yeah,
This was just like a year, 2 years ago type of
right,
deal.
right. Definitely. I mean, I got Avalanche. I love Avalanche.
Yeah,
It's really good. I mean, it's awesome, really. It really is. I'm real bullish on it, and I think it's got a lot of room to grow and could be.
yeah.
I mean, we were looking at
Especially if you get that.
predictions earlier, and they
Yeah,
were saying like it could be $1,000 easy,
right.
like by 2026, 30, type of
Mm,
thing, because it is layer one and all that stuff. So, I mean, can you imagine? I mean, man, getting it like now where it's like $15 to $20,
exactly.
and then holding on to that, and then say it goes to $1,000 or whatever or more.
Ooh.
It'd be like getting Ethereum when it was real low, I
Right.
mean, that's awesome.
So, all right. What you got next on your list? Number three.
So my next one is and I like to kind of diversify too, even in my top five, as far as like the different types of asset classes. But Gala
Yeah.
coin, I'm real bullish on Gala. Um, they are a strong project. They've got
All in.
fundamental. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, they are. I mean, they're awesome. And we did a whole show about it. Not a whole show, but we did a coin of the day on it
On the
before
day on. Yeah.
and talk about how they're into the music nodes and the even film now.
Yeah.
They just started that, and the game. Of course, they started with the gaming, and they call it the trifecta because they're covering like the three main sections of sectors of like entertainment.
Right.
Music,
Film
film,
and gaming.
right, and anyways, so it's a newer coin. It hasn't been a real long, a few years, but it made people a lot of money from when it came out. To the all-time high, which is
Especially if you
like
got in with them nodes at a
84 cents. Yeah, buying
cheap
those.
price.
Yeah, right, and those just keep going up. And but they're growing so much that on May the 15th or 16th, I think it's the 16th, uh, they actually are switching over from their version 1 coin over to version 2
Mm.
because the version 1 was developed on 2020 on the Ethereum chain,
Right.
and it can't do everything that because they've grown so much, it can't
Right.
keep up with everything that they've done
Mm.
on it. So they have to come up with a new version to be
Right.
able to do all the extra stuff that they've changed since then, since 2020. So if that tells you anything right there, like how strong a project it is. And they prepared for the bull market. I think this is their first. I mean, the bear market. This is like their first bear market, and they know and they prepared for it to be able to survive it. And
Yeah.
they did the appropriate things. And it's sitting at like between 3 and 4 cents, pretty much. But little over 4, not much. And good time to accumulate right now. I mean, massive time. And I think, dude, I really do. I think that like 2025, like next bull market time,
Yeah.
I think it'll be easy $2, if not three,
Ooh.
maybe $4, maybe. And go from like 4 cents to that. I mean, and it got down
quit
to
my
a
job
penny and a
today.
half. Remember, it got down like a penny and a half when
Yeah.
all the FTX stuff happened
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everything. Oh, can you imagine?
Oh man.
I'm telling you.
I mean, people be killing it right now. Like we didn't even get to accumulate long when it was at that price range, but yeah.
Right. And it was like, I think we did the math one day, like $2,000 investment in Gala back when it was not even at the penny and a half, but like around 3, or maybe it was
2-3 cents.
yeah, like $2,000. If it went back to its all time high, you're looking at like $84,000, $90,000, something like that. You know, off your $2,000 investment,
Yeah, I mean,
that's huge, and that's if it just goes back to where it was. But I
Right.
strongly believe it's going to go way above that and do like a 2 or 3x easily. I mean, some of these coins do like a 10x from the
Yeah.
last bull run,
Right.
type of thing. But I know you're strong into it too, and I'm actually mining it right now
Oh.
too.
Mm.
But yeah, it's got so much potential, and they just keep driving and pushing, and like just man, I think it's awesome. I think it's just getting going. I think it'd be $10 easy in 5 years, and just keep on going because those games are coming out. They're like coming out with better and better games all the time. The following right now, I think is like over 1 million right now, and that's good for like in the bear market and
Mm.
stuff. And and the nice thing about Gala too is they work on multiple games at the same time.
Right.
Where a lot of projects, their only like main focus is on like one game at a time. And not only are they working on multiple games at one time, but also, like I said, the music and the film and all that stuff.
Sometimes that's good, sometimes it's bad. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, right.
you got
Because
too much going on.
much-
Sometimes
right,
it
that's
get
true,
a little
too.
hectic
Mhm.
and stuff not turn out as good as you want it to be. Quality and stuff like that. But
that is true. Yeah.
but again, at least they're trying.
If they got a strong like enough
yeah.
people, then it's okay. But you never know.
Right. It just depends on the situation.
Kind of like run a YouTube channel, it's getting
Oh
rough.
man,
boy.
Damn, people think this is easy. It ain't
Oh,
easy.
man.
I'm telling you, like this sort.
This part's fun, like
Yeah.
the talking and everything, but the stuff behind the scenes is a
Yeah.
lot of work and stuff,
Oh
especially
man.
when you have working a lot of hours and stuff.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Working a lot of hours. Get a
but
little
yeah,
complicated.
that's one of my coins right there, and feel really strong about it. And y'all look it up. Like, don't just believe what we're saying. Go find out about it. And don't just because we're talking about it, don't be like throwing a whole bunch of money on it
Yeah.
because
Right.
things can happen and that kind of thing. So do your own due diligence and not financial advice that we're giving you here, but we're just trying to give you our honest opinions of what well, we are invested in and we're
Yeah.
interested in kind of thing, and everybody's different. So that being said, we'll just move right on along. And
Moving right along is coming in at number 2 is gonna be. I'm still kind of mixed between.
it's
this
tough
one.
picking 5, ain't it?
Oh, man.
Especially when you got like 40 coins.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like
I'm gonna go with Cardano.
Ooh,
Coming
yeah,
in at number 2.
nice.
Save my other one for last.
You talking about the Ethereum killer?
Oh wait, yeah. So Cardano's a good project. A lot of people are real bullish on Cardano.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
been a little slow as far as price movement and getting up there,
yeah.
but it's a very solid project. And like you said with Gala, they got
Mm-hmm.
a good team behind it that's always striving to get better and bring more utility
Definitely.
to the project. But, again, a lot of people say that they're a little slow and stuff like that.
But you know what?
again, like
Yeah.
what I was just saying, like how Gala will be into different aspects and doing so much.
Kind of the opposite of
They're
Gallon.
kind of the
They
opposite.
focus in on one thing and make sure it's right,
They kind
like
of,
dead on
yeah,
before they proceed.
right.
Charles Hopkins, yeah, right.
So they're slow and steady and try, kind of like a race between the turtle and the hare, right?
Yeah, pretty
So
much.
we'll see, but I'm pretty bullish on
Yeah.
Cardano. I really like that project, and again, do some research on it.
Right, and he actually was one of the founders of the Ethereum project, like Charles Hopkins,
Right.
Cardano, and so he's got experience in it. And he took, like we always talk about how as time goes on and technology gets better, it's like you're improving
Yeah.
upon something better than this. That's exactly what he did. Like he left them and was like, oh well, I want to make something better.
Yeah.
The problems that it has, I want to fix on this project, and that's pretty much how
Right.
Cardano came about, type of thing. Yeah,
So that's my number 2 coin.
that's a good one.
What's your number? What you got for your number 2?
Well, I mean, so and talking about, like, we kind of gone against this one a little bit here and there, but Ethereum, I feel real strong about that, and the main reason is
Even though we've been
because
talking all this shit about it there,
right, right, exactly, that's what I'm
Right,
saying. Like
yeah.
we're talking about it, but at the same time,
It's a great
it's
project.
changed.
Yeah.
They've upgraded, right? So the reason that these other coins, are faster and like cheaper and stuff like that is because Ethereum was like the first one of,
First altcoin.
that was like layer one. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And so, you're going to have that competition where the company, the coins come up. that are
Trying to be better than,
Right,
you know,
exactly. And competing like,
it's like the student trying to become the master.
yeah. So, but Ethereum fighting back, right?
Oh,
With
yeah.
these upgrades and stuff, switching over, proof of work.
Well, a lot of people was
stake,
in doubt
and-
for so many
Oh
years,
man,
waiting
I was one
on
of them.
waiting on the merge.
And I'm, being a miner,
Yeah.
I was kind of disappointed, kind of sad at the same
Right.
time when I couldn't mine anymore. But then at the same time, you have to think, well,
You're looking
could
at
be a good thing
looking
in
at
the
the overall picture.
this could be a good thing in the
Yeah.
long run, type of thing. But yeah, so I mean, Ethereum is massive.
Yeah.
I mean, it is so far ahead of
And
like
it's
all the other
getting better
layers.
and better, like
Yeah.
you said, with all the different
Yeah,
upgrades.
they could have been like, just been like, oh, well, screw it, we're just gonna stick with what we got, not compete, and then they would have just like sunk down because
Yeah.
of those gas fees.
Well, not to
but
mention,
they're fighting like they're,
yeah, and not to mention so many coins that operate off of Ethereum.
Oh
right?
man, right?
The ERC20 token, which is longevity of Ethereum, right? Because
Right.
there's so many different projects that's built off of Ethereum.
Yeah.
So
Like at the time, there was nowhere else to go to but Ethereum, right?
exactly. So now you speaking in terms of a long-term project, something that's going to be around because of the utility with all the other projects that's branched out
Yeah.
off of Ethereum. So
Well,
that's also
you
massive
take, for
too.
example, the EIP 1559, which started the burn mechanism, right? And where, a portion of the fees or whatever, they're sent to an unknown wallet that has no keys to it to unlock it, and they're just sent over there. And I don't remember the exact number, but it's in the billions and billions of dollars since they did that. That's taking it out of the market supply, and then the more that people are using it, then the more the burn effect causes, where it actually becomes deflationary,
Right.
and the supply, sits still or starts coming down a little bit, instead of like being added like it was
Yeah.
before, and that's massive right there
Right.
because again, talking about that market, supply and all that, and demand and everything. So that there right there is a huge thing about it. And then also, of course, the proof of stake switching over to that, which we never thought was going to happen, but that is huge right
No,
there.
yeah.
And get those. That's its main problem is the gas fees, right? I mean, everything else is great about it if you think about it.
Yeah.
And but they're working on it, and once that gets down to matches like these other coins and stuff that are out there right now, then I mean, man, I don't know how you're gonna stop that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
man.
No doubt. It's going just steadily.
Yeah. I mean, and the returns and stuff on it already. I mean, you're talking about massive if you got in early.
Yeah, even if you get in now, you talk.
I mean, dude,
easy 2x.
Right. And you mined Ethereum, I mined Ethereum, and like you can't do it anymore. We're kind of like a rare.
Rare breed.
Yeah, exactly. Because there's not gonna be too many people around that said, "Man, I used to mine Ethereum, and get this much,
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, because it's
Right.
like it don't exist anymore. Like it's done.
Yeah, right.
And to be a part of that is like we were in history. Like we were a part of history, really.
Mm.
If you think about it, and I mean that's massive. And I mean, the theory could go anywhere. I mean, last bull run they were predicting it to go to like $10,000-$20,000 or whatever. Of course, everything got kind of set back, and it made it to almost five. But I think this year, man, I'm telling you, I mean not this year, but the next bull run, I think 10,000. That would want to be like a 2x at 10,000, right?
Yeah.
I mean it could go to 20,000 easy. Like that would be like a 4x. But the last bull run it went from like what was it $48 or something like that to $4,800. I mean from the low to the high.
Yeah. Right.
And this one the low was around wasn't it like 900 or something like that.
Yeah, 800-900.
So if you took the same math, I did it before and took the same percentage gain, it would be like $72,000 for one Ethereum if it did the same thing as it did last time.
Mm. Yeah, that's right there.
Now there is a thing called diminishing returns.
Yeah.
Where every cycle, there's less returns and stuff like that. But that being
Right,
said,
that's because the price is going up. And,
right.
It ain't going to increase as much. And,
Right. But that being said, too, it wasn't proof of stake before, right? And it didn't have it switched over to 1559 during the bull run. Like these things like could have kind of offset that dimension.
Yeah.
Like could even be more bullish than we think, right?
Right.
So the potential of it, man, I'm telling you,
Unknown territory.
yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
Mm.
But anyways, I know I'm talking too much about it, but it gets me excited, kind of thing.
Right.
But yeah, that's my number. Was that number 2?
Number 2.
Yeah, number 2.
So moving right along, if you're watching, leave a comment, hit that subscribe button. We came in, we talked about a few different projects that we like. We doing our top 5. I talked a little bit about Sheba. He did Jasmine. So we had a little bit of meme coin action going on.
Yeah. If you like Skibby Inu or Jasmine or Cardano, hit that like button.
Yeah.
Show your support.
Show that.
Cardano gang, hit that. Come on, hit it.
We did some Cardano and Avalanche, Filecoin. We did Gala.
Takes like what 1 second to hit that like button, and it helps us out so much.
Yeah, 9 times out of 10 they're probably watching on the phone too, so it's like within
it's like that close.
a thumbs different.
Right.
Yeah, right. So all right, number 1 for me is gonna be Polygon.
Ooh, man, that's a good one.
Yeah. So Polygon, the reason I like Polygon is just mainly because like so many people are sponsored with Polygon, right? Like you have DraftKings, Disney, Reddit.
Disney, woo,
Yeah.
that's massive.
What was Nothing Brand? I mean, there's just so many sponsorships. I think even soccer, the soccer play. No, that was Chili's. But
yeah.
But I know for a fact DraftKings and Reddit, Walt Disney, and Nothing. I mean, they just got so many partnerships,
right?
That, which is a good thing because everything relies on investors and partnership, sponsorship. It's no different than you watch an ad on Facebook or something like that. That's partnership, sponsorship, whatever the case may be.
Right.
Somebody sponsoring your project or whatever. And I mean, I feel really great. Not to mention Polygon actually. I mean, it's been doing awesome in the bear market.
Yeah, that.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like
I noticed that too.
Like it went up well over $1 not too long ago.
Yeah.
And I mean that's just crazy.
What's it sitting at right now? I can't remember. Is it still over $1 or is it under $1 right now?
I believe it's right at $1. I don't really know. I don't try not to look at prices.
Oh, it's at $1 right now.
$1
Oh man, right.
But yeah, it was like it had went up well above that too.
Yeah, I remember.
Long ago.
Yeah, right.
Probably hit the 1 month or something, 3 months or 1 month. Was that $1.15, $1.17?
We hit the 3 month.
There you go, 3 month. 3 months ago, you're talking $1.53 in the bear market.
Yeah, that's
You know what I
insane.
mean?
Mm-hmm. Right.
And the all time and the low for go hit that 1 year.
1 year right here.
So it got down to 40 something. Yeah, because I was accumulating
Yeah.
when it was
Yeah.
like 45 cents,
Man, I wish I bought more of this.
right? So if I got in at 45 cents and we in the bear
That
market,
wasn't even a year ago.
45 cents. That's why I say like
Mm-hmm.
that's this year,
Man.
or I mean not this year, but
Yeah.
within 1 year,
Right. Right.
you know,
That's a good
like
return right there.
like you already in profit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're in the bear market,
Yeah.
and that just goes to show the type of project that it is. So, and there's obviously more stuff behind it, but I don't really like to give out too much information
Isn't it
on.
like the number one layer two? Like it's the number one, the number one slide of the number twos, layer twos. I think it's what.
Yeah, I would say so. It's definitely well up there because I know it was the rank number 9, so it's in the top
Yeah.
10
Yeah.
crypto projects out there. So that's massive right there.
And it kind of came out of nowhere quick too. I remember when it was like, it just kind of you couldn't even really get it here. It was like on those other exchanges, foreign exchanges and stuff. And then when it came over to the Coinbase stuff, it was just like, wow.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm not too big on giving out all the details just because if you want to get into the project, you need to do your own research anyway.
Oh, come on, man. You
But
gotta
just-
tell them everything.
I ain't gonna tell them.
You don't want you put in all the work. You don't want to
Yeah.
just like give it away.
Right. So you want to learn about the coins, just do your own research and figure out if that's something that you'd be interested in. But again, I do know they're number 9 on the market cap. They've been doing awesome in the bear market. you know.
Yeah.
And then, all the sponsorships and everything like that. So look into it. It may be something that you'd be interested in getting a hold of.
Be interesting to see like later on what other sponsorships they're gonna get, other companies joining
Yeah,
in.
exactly.
Like even in the bull run and stuff, if they're doing this good in the bear market and stuff, like man, what are they gonna do in the next big cycle? Top
Right.
man.
Exactly.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I mean that's massive right there. That's a good coin.
And I'm pretty sure I know what your number 1 coin is. I mean, we both got some of that.
Right. And you'll have to tell them how you got a bunch of yours too.
Yeah, right, right. Yeah, because you wasn't allowed to get it none.
Right. So this coin, my number 1 coin, extremely bullish on, of course. You can't really buy it. You only go to like one place to get it in the U.S. and it's kind of more expensive to get it that way. I've never went there.
Keyword if you're in the U.S.
Yeah. Right. And but it's a banking coin. A lot of people don't like it because that goes against the decentralized thing. But at the same time, it is what it is, and if you can make money off of it, what's wrong with that
Right.
type of thing. But XRP,
XRP.
which was it's already been pre-mined from the very beginning, which helps with the lower fees, right? Because you're not paying miners to do the consensus work, do the algorithm and all that stuff.
Solve mathematical
Right.
equations.
And so that's one reason it's cheaper, and it's it's being used right now. They're constantly being added new countries for the cross-border payments and all that, and they're actually helping with the CBDCs now. Like they're going these countries are going to them to help them set up their CBDCs, like the technology, right? Because they got it. But yeah, I mean, I know you got a bunch of it, and
Whoa.
I mean, you got like 1 or 2 or whatever, but
Right.
but yeah, I mean, man, I'm telling you, it's an amazing coin. It's so fast and so like cheap to send payments and stuff.
And it's used for cross-border payments.
Right.
I mean,
And the way they got it set up,
I think they're working with like 300 plus banks.
and like serious, like crazy, opening new corridors all the time, like Africa. They just did not too long ago and stuff. And they got like Rosie Riaz working with them, which she was she was under Obama for the Treasury, and her name is printed on like trillions of dollars, and she's like she's big on it, like she's working for him, right? And why would she be like working with somebody a project that's going down because they're getting sued or whatever
Right,
with the
right.
SEC? Because that's a big part of what's going on, which hopefully will be ending soon. Been in over almost 2 years or however long, but anyways, and they're constantly hiring, expanding. They had somebody from Amazon, a top dog from Amazon, leave Amazon and come work for them. Like they keep
Yeah.
getting like the best of the
Like,
best, right?
yeah.
They spent how many millions was it? 100 million or 200 million or something on
They
a lawsuit,
spent so much money on a lawsuit is crazy.
and they're
Yeah.
not gonna back down. Like
Yeah.
they said, we're not
No,
gonna
when they
until we
already
get
in this
clarity.
deep, they might as well keep
Right.
going. Yeah.
And so the interesting thing about like XRP is that okay, so it's designed to take over like all the payments in the world. Like that's
Right.
how they set it up. At in the background, kind of like Swift is and Mastercard stuff like that. And it was designed where it reaches that full utility. Then one XRP would be worth $10,000.
That would be crazy.
And that they did the math, did everything, and developed, and that's what they set it up for. And right now it's sitting around what 45, 80, 50 something cents. It's low right now, of course. But anyways, it's an amazing coin, and it's being used like it's utility. The utility on it is probably one of the best utilities out there. They're talking about. I remember researching it, using it even like the stock markets and stuff to make transactions because it'd be quick, like
Yeah,
on that.
using
But
blockchain technology.
yeah, and but they don't like that because your
That
big
cuts
dog
into their fees and
cuts in
their
their
way of
fees.
making
It
money.
cuts into like because it takes a long like few days for transactions to process. They can like take this money from over here and then
and
wait.
utilize your money to make money
Yeah,
off of your
with
money.
it's instant and quick. Then
Plus
it's like,
charge
oh,
you
man.
money. So,
Right.
Oh, man. This system is fucked. I'm gonna tell you
So
that.
much manipulation
Yeah.
and like it's going against a lot of stuff.
I'm
But they
telling you.
it's like they built this beautiful garden. Is this illustration that David Schwartz left? He's one of the creators. He wrote the programs or he helped with it, and that's enticing to the banks and all this and that. And then they let the walls down, and it's like you just sit there and wait for them to come, kind of thing, and they're coming
Right,
all the
right.
time. It's crazy. And then basically it's like when two companies start using it between each other, you have to have two of them. Then these other companies, banks or whatever, they can't compete with that. It does away with Nostradome accounts. It's just like it's like a Lamborghini, this new way technology compared to like a horse and buggy now system that we
Yeah,
have now.
right.
And there's only a matter of time before it's just gonna take over everything in that sector. And they've got a great the business people, the CEO Brad Garlinghouse,
Yeah.
all of them, they're on top of it. You couldn't do this with Bitcoin because if you have a problem, you can't. There's nobody to call. It's
Yeah,
all decentralized,
right.
right? So and people
Hell,
are like,
people don't even know who created Bitcoin.
would you want? Banking is huge, right?
Yeah.
They're everywhere. Every country, every town,
Yeah, that's how the world operates.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, so would it not make sense to invest in the next biggest thing that's going to happen in the financial sector as far as banking goes?
Right. Not to mention their ISO 222.
Oh yeah,
compliant.
yeah. Oh yeah. Tell them about that.
Oh.
Yeah. Here we go.
Yeah.
They're compliant.
So,
Go ahead. Yeah.
Well, I think. Well, I don't know now. I think we need to save it for another day.
Hey, we could do a whole show on that one.
You
There
can
you
do a
go.
whole show on XRP, you know what I mean? Like
even
XRP is
ISO,
massive.
like-
Right. ISO 222 massive, it's
Yeah, I think it's
So
I think
ISO
we should talk about that and do
222,
another show on
yeah.
this. Break it down.
international standard organization, the coding with the money, so yeah, I don't know if that's for today, but
Well,
it
that's
is
my
an interesting segment and
Right.
an interesting topic. I know it's a hot subject in the crypto space, you know what I mean? It's XRP every day. You got
Yeah,
XRP
yeah,
army out there.
Oh man,
So-
you don't want to mess with the army. Let
Right.
me tell you, oh boy.
So, that being said, I don't know. I think we'll save that one for another.
Yeah,
day.
we're gonna have to say because you could go in so much on that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, like
XRP is a big token, and
yeah.
we're just getting into the start of it. Hopefully we're getting into the end of the lawsuit and getting a little clarity on crypto and
Yeah.
all that good stuff. But
And that being said, like XRP is a lot of big people, big players in this world, like investors and stuff, that they predicted to be like the next best coin in like 5 years, 10 years, or whatever type of thing. Even
Right.
less than that, especially after the lawsuit. And but yeah, we don't want to go too much in, but just be known this that if they win the lawsuit, they will be the only crypto coin with clarity out of all 22,000 of them. Now, what does that tell you
Yeah.
about investing in something? Like
And the fact that they're so early in the
oh man,
compliancy of everything, and
yeah, right,
already working with 300 plus banks
right.
and all these different countries, and
Oh man,
it's just it's gonna be a massive coin.
yeah. There's so many. Mhm.
And then you had mentioned how I got into
Oh yeah, yeah,
XRP.
yeah.
So if you're watching, being in the United States, you can't really purchase XRP, and
That was like
it's
December
stemmed from
2020. Yeah,
you had XRP, and then we ended up getting into mining. You was in mining first, and then
yeah.
kind of showed me the ropes with the mining, and I got into
No,
it.
well, okay. So, like I said at the beginning, it's an unminable coin. So
Yeah.
it's like, and you're mining it. This is pretty interesting. We have to do a show on that.
I'm telling you. So
How
so
is it possible?
we was able to mine XRP. Now he was able to purchase XRP
I got him before the lawsuit. Yeah.
before it got into the lawsuit, and before they banned it. Well, before all the crypto exchanges decided to delist it,
Yeah.
where you couldn't purchase it anymore, being in the United States. So we kept on researching, and finally found a way that we could mine it, and get XRP tokens. So that's what we ended up doing. Now I don't know if I don't think you mined it as long as I did, because again, you already had it.
Right. Right.
So I just
So
like
you
I
mined
was
it for a
just
while.
I was just eating it up. Like
What,
I just
a
couldn't
year,
wrap-
wasn't it, or something, or 7
yeah,
months?
I mined it the whole time until the Ethereum merger, just for the simple fact that I couldn't wrap my brain around changing from one coin to another
Yeah.
on something that I couldn't purchase. All these other coins I
Yeah,
could purchase,
right.
or I can mine later on. I need to accumulate as
Best
much
time,
as I can
Mm-hmm.
with XRP, and I accumulated a good bit of XRP.
Because if you had
yeah.
went somewhere else, you would have to go to another exchange overseas.
I mean,
or-
you got to
or
get a
if you went to-
VPN, or you got to get,
Or even if you went to Uphold, you gotta buy Bitcoin first.
yeah,
Pay
and
the
transfer,
fees, and then you gotta switch
or
it
swap
over,
it
and,
or
and
whatever.
you paying all these
Man.
fees and like killing it. Like
and then you got to be careful on what exchange you go to too, right?
Yeah,
Because you
yeah.
got to do the KYC, knowing your customer, and some of them, you got to have proof of residency, ID, and all this
Yeah,
other craziness.
right.
And it's like, God damn.
I-
So how can we get XRP? And then we, got into.
I will
the
say
mining.
this, if you have XRP, like anybody's watching or whatever,
Hold that shit.
yeah, right, for real. And probably the most important thing is get it off the exchange.
Get it
Put it
off,
on
yeah.
cold wallet, because you can still have it on like Coinbase and stuff.
Yeah.
You just can't trade it. But get that sucker off of them.
Yeah.
Put it on a cold wallet. Even a hot wallet is better than
A
a
centralized
cold wallet.
exchange, because you never know what's gonna happen.
I'm telling you, man, that stuff is so valuable. Like, it's gonna be so massive, and they're gonna try to get it back, and they could come after, like, oh, well, we took your account or whatever,
yeah.
And if you put on a cold wallet, you ain't necessarily gonna have to worry about that, but gotta get that off of there quick. That's probably the most important
thing.
tip of the day right there, is to make sure like I wouldn't worry about Ethereum or Bitcoin as much as like XRP, because
If you have XRP,
yeah.
you better get it off the exchange.
Because
And if you don't have XRP, you better figure out a way to get it.
yeah, right.
Leave a comment down below. We'll tell you all about how to get it. Because there's a few
Man.
different ways that you can get it. Some of them might be a little bit more
Yeah.
expensive than other ways.
There's another way to
But-
get it. Yeah, we know, right?
So
I mean-
there's some more expensive ways to get it, but there is ways to accumulate. And it's still a good buy right now at the price
Oh,
it is
man,
now.
yeah.
I mean, and the reason being is because they're in the lawsuit, right? So people that look at the coin and stuff like that, 30, 40 cents, 50 cents. Okay. But that's because they're in a lawsuit, right?
Right.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. But, so, I mean, I think this was a fairly good show. We covered both.
Oh,
We
yeah.
covered
Yeah.
the top 10 coins of both of us.
Right.
Now, again, we had to figure out which one, because a lot of, we had a lot of the same coins, right? So,
Right. Yeah.
you know,
Exactly.
we try
So
to
we
come
kinda
up with a
break
little
it
bit,
down where we have more like
a little bit of
put more
different
out there.
variety instead of having the same types of coins on our top 5 list. But needless to say, they're all good coins. They're all good projects
Yeah.
that we believe in. And with that being said, you can put that shit on a cracker, dude. And stay tuned for our next show. We're going to surprise y'all with our next show. We ain't going to give you the heads up. We will be, we'll schedule it on the YouTube channel.
Definitely.
But, yeah, so.
Hit us up with some, ideas you guys want to,
Yeah.
see on here and under
Yeah,
the comment
whatever,
section or whatever. Do we hit any comments yet?
No comments today,
Okay.
but
That'd be
we're gonna keep we're gonna keep putting the videos out there for you guys, and
We ain't stopping it.
staying consistent is key, and
And we're upgrading, our channel a little bit.
we're gonna be doing a little bit of upgrading here soon, so definitely stay tuned for that, because definitely gonna be getting a little bit better, changing our screen and all that good stuff.
Yeah,
and
getting a better camera.
better
and
camera and everything.
Yeah, and so.
Hopefully y'all can hear us a lot better today, and see us a lot clearer today. So
Yeah,
we've been trying to get a little better and better here. And
we're just like working class people.
I mean,
just like you. We have a regular job.
Yeah.
And we got into this space, and we're trying to invest in ourselves and make ourselves better and share that information what we learned, right?
And the main thing is like I said at the beginning of the video, is like you mentioned. We both work regular 10-hour jobs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Full time. 5, 6, 7 days a week.
Not in an office.
Out in the field, construction, out in the heat. We don't really get much time to put the work in that we need to, but we're going to get there eventually. Like I said, our schedule's kind of hectic, but we're going to keep on trying to grow. But again, the main reason why is because being at work, talking to so many different people on the job site, because at one point in time we had 8,000, 9,000 people on the job.
Oh man, yeah.
It was nuts. So.
And we're passionate about this space.
Yeah, right. And we
enjoy it. And
we try to research as much as possible when it comes to crypto. So, again, we're always learning and always striving to get better. So if there's any kind of information that you want to know personally, leave a comment down below on any of the videos. Even previous videos, we'll still get the notification that you left a comment.
Yeah, and we'll leave a comment,
on what type of content that you want to learn about, whether it be passive income, you want to know about trading and reading charts, or if you want to know about certain crypto coins, projects, or even if it's a new project, we'll take a glance at it and give you our educated advice and opinions on it. So, again, though, I think this was a good show. We covered 10 different crypto projects. We got plenty more that we are invested in, and that we see potential in as well.
Oh yeah, lots. So maybe we'll do another show where we go cover more, top 20 or whatever, or underdogs or something like that. But yeah.
So again, we appreciate you watching the Orchard Exchange, and make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And we've already mentioned leave a comment down below. Appreciate your time. I know it's getting late.
Hey, you guys never know what might come on this show. We might surprise you, and we could bring you. You never know. Just gotta pay attention and then hit that notify button. When we're gonna, Mondays and Thursdays when we go on, and
Mondays and Thursdays every